What was it like to meet Victor Wembanyama?
Uh, Incredible. Uh, he is everything that you could imagine him to be. You know, they say don't meet your heroes, but not everybody's like Victor Wembanyama. So first time meeting him, I got the phone call from the Spurs on a Friday, about a week after the tryout process, and I got a call from the Spurs saying that I not only made it, but that I was selected to be a captain, and that Victor would like to meet us 2 days after I got that call to practice, basically. I'm calling everybody as much as I can and just telling everybody what happened, that I made it, and then suddenly I get a FaceTime request from an unknown number, and sure as day, it was Victor Wembanyama. He didn't have to FaceTime any of us, but I think he understood the assignment, that we were all so excited that he just made our day so much better just by simply doing that. And I was already here at the house, with my wife and my child, and so uh, obviously, as soon as I got the FaceTime request, I sprinted over to them in the living room. I got to meet them, and I just told them thank you, and that I felt like it was a draft day call. Basically, that I just got drafted because I literally got my family around. I got, this dream ahead of me, and he was just so gracious. And so the practice that we met him with for at the Rock, there was a part of me that was thinking like, oh, this could just be like a 15-minute meet and greet, and then we sit down and do business with the Spurs. Victor gave us over 2 hours of his time. He did not have to do that for this group of crazies, right? It was 7 of us captains there meeting with him, plus a couple of the Spurs staffers, and he made a PowerPoint presentation for us. Uh, and like who does that for some fans, right? Uh, and yet, right before he went into it, he said, "I've never done something like this before." And it was an aha moment, because it's like, why would this guy who's been on the path for, to be a superstar athlete, who's probably been in a basketball academy, he's like, why would he have ever made a PowerPoint presentation, right? And we obviously laughed, and we told him like, oh, dude, it's like a free throw shot. And he just says like, oh, it's, I think I've done more difficult things than this, basically. Uh, and and the time that he spent with us, he wasn't, this PowerPoint presentation is basically showing us all the things that, are happening, at European soccer games, and kind of the expectation that he has based off of that, and bringing it to the NBA. He came up with a couple of songs and chants that he thought we could, test drive. He came up with some with us on the fly. And not only did he kind of give us some expectations, but he was very open to our feedback and our discussion, and he workshopped with us. This wasn't just him, saying, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. He said, I believe that this is a good path forward. And then he just sat back and he listened to us. He listened to us captains meet for the first time and work together. And it was just such a phenomenal experience. And for such a superstar that everybody wants a piece of, I'm just so honored that he gave us a bit of his time, really. You have to remind yourself constantly that he's just 21 years old. Because I think back to what I was like at 21 years old, and I definitely wasn't that mature or graceful. So thank you to Victor Wembanyama for everything.